right, we got a stock pizza crust, a little bit of oil, a little bit of Italian spices. I like to season my crust because I'm weird. So I'm gonna put this in the oven 450, 7 minutes. 7. That's how it looks after 7 minutes. Add that pizza sauce to that. Add our cheese to that. I ain't have mozzarella. We freestyling. That's all we got. That's what it looks like after 7. Cheese is nice and melty, melty, melty. Top that with some seasoned ground beef. More cheese. Banana peppers. Oven 2 more minutes. Yeah, I did. 2 more minutes, toast them. Finished product. Why did I put goldfish crackers on pizza? What's going on, guys? King Trath here, back with a video on the channel, and today we made a goldfish pizza, kinda. I don't know. I was gonna make a taco pizza, but then of course I found these. You've been tagging me a lot on Instagram on these, and I finally did locate them. So we got the goldfish with Frank's red hot sauce, which I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I could make these myself if they just taste like Frank's red hot sauce. I do have like the red hot seasoning, and I feel like that's what it would taste like if it goes on the goldfish cracker. But I mean, it's a good novelty item, and I know anything that has like hot sauce or anything on it, like you spicy people like myself are gonna get it. So we did get it. I was gonna make a taco pizza, and I was gonna use nacho chips on this exact same pizza, but I was like, yo, I mean, they gotta be close, right? So that's what we've got. We've got like a taco pizza. There's no tortillas or lettuce, so it's not a taco pizza, but I have nothing else that sounds cool to call it. So let me dig into one of these pizzas with the goldfish on them. Here, let me throw this goldfish back on here real quick. My thin crust, you saw the process. What are we saying? That's a good sign. That is a good sign. That's pretty dope. The goldfish are kind of weird, in a good way. Let me pull a couple of these out. A couple of these out like that. When I first bite it, I'm like, it just tastes like a normal goldfish. Then you start to get, and they're like a good spicy. Definitely Frank's red hot spicy. It doesn't have the same things you would put hot sauce on something, but like I said, is exactly what I thought. I didn't lose my train of thought, I promise. I'll be honest, you could make these yourself. They're really good. I love goldfish crackers. They taste like if you took those goldfish crackers, and like I said, I have the Frank's red hot seasoning. I have a few of them. Chili lime, stinging honey garlic, and they have buffalo. If you took that seasoning and just put it in a bag of goldfish and shook the bag up, you'd get something very similar to this. So if you can't find them, do that. If you can't find the seasoning, use the hot sauce. Then it can be soggy. Just use the hot sauce. I put hot sauce on popcorn. It works. Anybody else do that? You ever put hot sauce on popcorn? Got a little extra pasta sauce on the side here. You know, almost like a big breadstick. And you get that side piece. That's a damn good pizza. Instead of using the jalapenos, I use banana peppers. A lot of times when have eaten taco pizza before, it's always had jalapenos. I was like, I should try a little switch up. I didn't start eating banana peppers until a month ago. I don't think I ever said that. Nashville hot chicken review. Red Lobster. They used banana peppers instead of the normal seasoning. Pickles. I'm tired. And I was like, that's a dope concept. So I said, you know what, we'll try that on there because I don't dislike banana peppers, so I might as well try them. I loved it on the Nashville hot chicken sandwich. And I said it during that review. Pickles do taste different from them. But they still have that brine taste. And I can see why people like that brine with that spicy on like a sandwich or on a chicken sandwich with that. I understand it. I just don't like pickles. So I said that I would buy banana peppers. Clearly I did. I've used them in about 5 or 6 things since then. I've become a huge fan of them, and that was the first time I had them was actually during that review. Not that I didn't like them, I just never thought to try them on anything. Because I used to put, people use like banana peppers, I see them get like at Subway. I used to put jalapenos on my sandwich at Subway. So I just never eat banana peppers. I like them now. I was trying to expand the palate, you know. I love this like the crust and the thin crust because it's so like crunchy. I still do like to leave the middle not too crunchy. I said this before, but thin crust kind of hurts my teeth. See that? That's amazing. But whole pizza like that, not for me. So when you see how my pizza looks, this side you can see, and then this side is hard, almost like a crust. But when I get thin crust pizza from a lot of places, especially like the franchise joints, the whole thing is like, there's like a cracker, and I'm not a fan. Sensitive teeth. Not good for someone who eats large meals like I do. Yeah. Hi. I know I tend to stare everywhere but in the actual camera when I'm eating. I like to look at my food and just look at it, admire it. I have one more pizza crust that's going to have a week to make it. So that's I think it's my 4th pizza in the last week. I always go back to things about when I grew up and blah, blah, blah. And I know, what the hell else am I supposed to talk about? That's where I grew up. But that comes from my upbringing. Proteins, things like that, if they're gonna spoil, if they're close to that date, it's getting made in that meal tonight. My mom did it, I did it in college, and I do it now. In fact, in college, expiration dates really didn't mean anything. What you had to do, like with like chicken or beef, milk, even eggs, was you would open the container and if it smelled okay, then you ate it anyway. I mean, I kind of did that as a kid, but what I would do is like I would bring it to my mom and she would do it. My big nose wasn't mature enough yet. So, I just have to ask my mom. I get my nostrils from her. My dad doesn't have these nostrils. My mom has these nostrils. Hi, Mom. I have a supersonic sense of smell. I could make popcorn at my friend's house at 2 p.m., see my mom at 8 p.m., and she would ask me if I ate popcorn. I wish I was kidding. All the time. And not because I had popcorn on me, because I smelled like it. So how do you know that? It smelled like popcorn. And now that I'm older, You know, this was pre-puberty me. Once I hit puberty, my nostrils expanded. So now I can smell everything. Which is really good when things smell good. But when things don't smell so good, Like, you ever go to somebody's house and it stinks? And they don't know they live there. It's a bad feeling. Oh, bad feeling. I had a roommate once that was like super like he wasn't dirty. He was just like mad sloppy. As far as like his upkeep of like where he lived. We had a 2-bedroom place, but it was really, really big. Master bedroom, I had my own bathroom, he had his own bathroom. And the thing about it was that I paid more of the rent to get the master bedroom with the walk-in closet, and you know, the your own bathroom and all that good stuff. I pour my damn drink. Lemonade. It's lemonade. And because of that, when we had guests, they would use his bathroom because it was the one that was like the main bathroom, and mine was like a private bathroom. So if we had anybody come over, they would use his bathroom. Now, like I said, he wasn't dirty, he didn't smell, but he was one of the people like, he never like cleaned his toilet, you know? So, I remember my cousin, my mom, my dad came to visit, and they used his bathroom. He was away, so obviously they didn't go in his room, but I left them a key at their, like, the hotel so that they could just come and stay in my apartment, so that when I got done with practice, I could just meet up with them. And I go in there, they're all sitting on my couch, and my cousin looking at me like I don't know, like I was like stole something from her or something. She had to like look like a nasty, disgusted kind of look, and I'm like, the hell did I do? She goes, what the hell's that brown ring around your toilet? You're disgusting. I didn't know. I never went in there. So I went in there. Man's had a brown ring around the toilet, like a thick one. Like, it was gonna take like a couple Brillo pads and some elbow grease to get. Which, like, I always wondered after that. I was like, how could you never clean your toilet? Like, his mirror had like spots on it, and like you could tell he never cleaned the bathroom. Anyway, because of that, I always wondered where it came from. So the summertime came, and we were still cool. Like, it was, you know, I'm not like mad at the guy because it's nasty, but he lived around there. Like, he was from the state, so we went and visited his parents, and I went in the house, and this is where the story kind of makes sense. I walked in, there was stuff. I'm not gonna curse, but I can curse, right? There was shit everywhere. I mean, like, I understand you have unexpected guests, and like, you know, there might be like a sock on the floor, or like, you know, like, it's not the house, like, people are like, oh, my house is a mess, but it's like, it's not like super messy. But I mean, it looked like it hadn't been cleaned in like at least 2 months. Like, it looked like people were like taking their clothes off when they got undressed and just putting it on the couch. Like pizza boxes and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you watch movies and somebody lets themselves go and you go in the place and the guy's like, is depressed and he's sitting there and he's like got like old pizza boxes and there's stuff all, that's what it looked like, but in real life. Never seen a house like that? And it had like a garbage like smell. And I walked in. Nice people. I'm not like, I'm just telling a story. I walk in, like, I'll never forget this. Like, the look on my face when I walked in, I was like, and in my head it was a light bulb, like, oh. And Mom, it's like, oh yeah, have a seat. I came behind her, I was like, in my head I was like, bro, where? I didn't know what to, so like, I kind of just stood there like, I didn't know what to do. Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, you just brush the stuff to the side? You don't know what the hell you're gonna find. Like, I lived in the projects when I was a kid. I know what roaches look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, hi, whatever. Like, I don't care if you got roaches in your house. Like, I'm not saying that. But even when I lived in places like that, you know, like, we had neighbors. I had my house, but like, you know, our apartment where we live. Like, when you walked in the house, it was still like, it might have had like roaches and stuff, but like, it was like clean. I know that sounds weird because y'all don't understand. Y'all not, if you didn't grow up in that environment, like, when you live in large apartment buildings, like, you can't help the fact that there's 700 freaking places and there's roaches and mice and shit. Like, it's just, that's the way it is. But the house is still clean. House still smell like pine saw. Most houses. I never seen nothing like that. Not like that. Like, only in the movies did I see stuff like that. When you watch, like I said, like a chick flick and the dude's like, just let himself go. And he's like, I don't care. Right? He's watching TV and his friend's like, get up, man. You know what I'm talking about. I used to date girls that used to make me watch this stupid shit until I got older and I refused to watch. But like high school me? Yeah. It took a long time for me to get to this stubborn ass stage. I think I told you about the tipping point on that one though. I remember. Okay. Not that this will apply to 97% of you, or probably none of you ever, because I don't know if I'll ever even meet you in real life. But if we ever get into a point, ladies, no offense to anyone else, but I like ladies, you'll know when I completely lose interest because I get really quiet and in my own head, I kind of have like this light bulb moment where I'm like, I'm never talking to this person again after this. Like, it happens all the time. In my past of like, you know, I was a bit of a serial dater. I just get like super quiet and I start reflecting on stuff. And I'm just like, you know, like, I don't know. If anybody else has gone through that moment, please let me know. But for me, like, I can think of 2 instances that I like really nonchalantly just got like mad quiet. Like, I get like I look and I'm like, what the hell am I even doing here? You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not rude about it, but in my head, I'm already like, I'm checked out and I'm probably like gonna stop talking to you very quickly. So, back in the pre-man you see before you today days, I was very naive, and, you know, like most younger men, you don't really know how the world works yet. And I'm not saying that rudely, but you think the world is actually like everybody's good, that women don't lie or cheat or like, you know, use men. I'm not saying that men don't do these things, so I'm just talking about from my point of view. I don't date men, I date women, so I'm just telling you that a lot of young men, when you're still like, you haven't really been seasoned like I have, you don't realize that a lot of women are just as bad as what people think of when they talk about men. Like, you know, again, lying, cheating, but even using men. Like, I understand that, like, men have used women. I'm not saying that, but women do use men. A lot of times women use men, it's sometimes for physical things, but a lot of times it's for non-physical stuff. It's not always money either, but sometimes it can be something just like attention. A lot of women will use men for attention. They'll know how a guy feels about them, and they will play into that. That's how the friend zone starts. when you get friend zoned, a lot of times it's not clear from the beginning that the woman has no intention of being interested in you past being a friend. Sometimes it is. I'm not saying, but a lot of times in a typical friend zoning, because friend zoning means that you're interested, she's not, and she's your friend. I am not talking about mutual, like, friends, like a male and a female being friends. That's different. That's not friend zoning because you both know what's going on. When a man is friend zoned, it's because he's interested in somebody. They feign interest in the beginning because they want attention, and they keep them around for things like attention, pseudo-affection. When I say pseudo-affection, I mean it's not physical, but like them saying like nice things to you and kind of being like, I don't want to like use that connotation, but like a, you know, like there's no other way to say it, you know, where the guy is saying nice things and then like, you know, you look great today, and they're like, ha ha ha. By the way, fellas, if you're talking to a woman and you think she's interested in you and you're giving her compliments or trying to be like affectionate and she keeps saying things like LOL or ha ha, she's not interested, bro, move on. We'll get to that later. But in this particular incident, the girl's like, hey, you want to come over and blah blah blah. We had talked and texted, and we were kind of like, you know, it was like on the cusp of stuff. And I went over there, and she had the box set of Grey's Anatomy. And she's like, let's watch Grey's Anatomy. Now, young me, alright, see where it goes. We got 2 episodes in. And that was my epiphany. I was like, hey, I gotta go. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm out. Never talked to her again. That was it. Like, about halfway through the first episode, I just got super quiet. I wasn't even paying attention. And like, I could see she was all like, you know, like she's on her stomach and she's like her feet, you know how people do that when they're on their stomach. And I was just like, and I get that face. Like, I literally, I can't hide it. Where I'm like I'm like disgusted. I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm like, I'm leaving, and I'm just out. That was the first time. The second time, see, again, women are going to get mad, but I'm going to tell it like it is. Women cheat, or lie, or use, or have teams talk to numerous guys just as much as men do. I'm not going to say more because I don't know more, but it's just as much. A lot of guys don't see it because women are slick. The reason that women don't get caught as much is because, I hate to say this, fellas, but they're smarter than you. They know how to cheat better than you. They know how to lie better than you. They come up with elaborate stories just to cheat. I'm telling you. I've witnessed it. I've been a part of this stuff. They Mission Impossible this stuff. Okay? It's like a thought out process. Men cheat. It's just like, cheat. You're stupid. You're going to get caught. Right? You come home with lipstick on your collar. You got freaking, someone's number, no, well, that's old school, but, you know, text messages. You got your DMs being slid into. They cracked your password. You get caught stupid ways. Women are much smarter than you. Women will cheat with, plans. Their friends are in on it. They all know about it. I have seen women, and I'm not joking about this, because I've witnessed it. I have seen women cheat on their friend's phone. That's how slick they are. I'm giving y'all free game right now, so y'all hope y'all listening. For people who watch full videos, listen to what I'm saying. Women will use their friend's phone to cheat on you. They will use their friend's phone to text whoever because you can't get caught that way, right? Or they will have your friend with a backup story ready. You know how I've had guys that try to call their guy friends and be like, oh, hey, wasn't I with you yesterday? They already got the whole story ready. They even got pictures of the stuff. Because it happened like 2 days before. It's like a freaking Saw movie. It's amazing the stuff that the women can do. But, nonetheless, I had this girl that I was talking to at one time. And she worked in New York City. This was right when I got home from college. She worked in New York City. So, one day she said she was working late. Already in my head, I'm like, So she's like, can you pick me up? Because she was from she was at the train station, which is like a couple towns over from me. Can you pick me up and take me home? So she gets in the car and she's talking to me, and I realize that she's drunk right away. I also realize that she smells like a man's cologne. Now, she was free to do whatever she wanted. We weren't together. But this is why I got disgusted. I was fine with us not being together. She was trying to date me. She would tell me things. Oh, I'm not like that. Oh, I you know, they always say things like this. Like, I'll earn your trust. Like, no. Okay. So I realized pretty quickly, since it's 10 p.m. and you get off of work at like 5. Normally you're home by like 7. And it was like midnight. Man, it was late. What the deal was. So I'm just looking. She's talking. She's like, oh, I missed you. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you really were just hanging out with another guy. I didn't say it. I didn't say anything. I don't say things. When I catch you, there's no conversation. I'm out. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. A lot of people will get mad. Hey, what you think you're doing with it? I mean, I don't fight with you. I'm just leaving. Yeah. And nothing to argue about. We're arguing. So, she's just talking up a storm. And it was like in the movies when you hear like the muffled version because you're thinking in your head. And I'm driving, and I'm just looking out the window, and I'm like, not the window, out the windshield, and I'm like, I'm never talking to this girl again. And she's talking, and all I did was like, I couldn't hide it. I was out, never talked again. And again, the only thing I cared about was the fact that she like lied about it. I don't care what you are. If you're a person, you're gonna do your thing and I do mine, and we both know that, I'm fine with that. I don't got an issue with that. None. But if you're gonna like, oh, you better not be talking to any other girls, but you got like 5 guys you're talking to on the side, like, and she was like that, you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I hope you're not talking to anybody else. I was like, really? So, I was out. That's some free game for you though. Ladies, fellas do this stuff too, but I can't talk from their perspective. Yeah, I can, because I've done half of it, but some free game. Women are very good at cheating. I mean, very good. From burner accounts to DM people, just of course the Snapchat, check the Snap score, to texting on their friends' phones, to planning it out weeks in advance. Y'all think I'm joking? Not all women cheat on impulse. I shouldn't say not all women cheat on impulse. Most women don't cheat on impulse. It's like a freaking process, bro. I've been a part of this process. I'm not saying this to brag, because I would never do this now, but when I was younger, like, I didn't care if you had a boyfriend. It ain't got nothing to do with me, right? Especially if I didn't know you. Like, if that was fair game. Now I don't like that stuff. Like, I wouldn't do it. But then, I don't care. And they would be like, a Tuesday afternoon, hey, you want to hang out? Her texting me. I mean, yeah, bet, when? So let me see. I get like another hour. She's like, how's next Friday? Not this Friday, next Friday. I'm like, why so long? She's like, oh, well, I have to wait. And she had this whole elaborate plan set up. She is not the first person to do that. She's like the 20th that I heard of. I'm not joking. It's crazy. Men don't get caught because they fall asleep with their phone in their hand. It's still on. That's how men are. That's why you get caught. You're stupid. Because it's impulse. Men cheat like, ooh, hot cheat, stupid. Or ooh, not hot cheat. That's the other thing too. You know what I noticed by a lot of people who cheat? The person they cheat with is usually like a massive downgrade. Like, they'll be dating the dopest person. And I'm not even talking about just physical. I'm talking about everything. Like, when I say a dope person, that means like total package. Like, you're very good looking, like you're loyal, great personality, you know, everything. To me, looks mean nothing. I shouldn't say nothing. Looks are probably more, the older I get, the least important looks are in a relationship. Forget about the 1 to 10 scale. You know, people are like, oh, I want a 10. And I say this respectfully. I would take a 7 with the complete package over a gorgeous 10. Because they're not gorgeous to me. That's why I'm saying it like this. I am more attracted to the person that's unconventionally attractive to most with the great personality. With the other stuff. When your best attribute is how good you look, it's just not a good sign. I'm not saying it's not a bonus, but if I'm talking about somebody that I really mess with, every time. I'll be honest, I've dated models, you know, again, but not all. There were a lot of women out there that, from even college all the way to, you know, my old age, that I've been involved with, that everybody else was like, man, why did you stop talking to her? She was so, you know, like, whatever adjectives you wanted to use. She was banging, she was hot, she was blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, honestly, she had nothing to say. Like, if your best attribute is that, am I supposed to stare at you all day? Like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, they didn't ever want to do anything. Like, if they did, it was just like, go, like, buy stuff. Like, well, I look like a fucking bank. Like, are you out of your mind? That's them fly me out girls. Like, fly me out. Fly me out. Fly me out. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about fly me out. Listen. There are a lot of famous, Insta famous, just famous, you know, like those kind of people. You know, they got, when you start having, like, you know, the K next to your name. So whether it's 10K, 100K, a million, whatever it is, and you're at some form of internet famous at that point. There's 10,000 people looking at your stuff. You're some form of internet famous. So a lot of those people, men and women, they're like the fly me out type. They be in your DMs and, hey, nah, let's take this trip. Fly me out? What? It's real though. Stuff going on behind the scenes. Some of your favorite Insta rappers, Insta famous, Insta women, Insta fit, Insta food, Insta, they be doing it, man. I'm not going any further than that. But watch out for them blue checks, bro. I'm gonna leave it at that. I got mad stories, but I can't even get into half of that stuff on this platform. We're gonna have to take somewhere else for that one. I can't even go there. But anyway, this is your boy King Strats. Yes, Goldfish on a pizza was a massive W, and so was, what the heck was I talking about today? Anyway, we back tomorrow. More content. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.